Hello and welcome to this video demonstration on controls for excluding Copilot from certain content. In this recording, I'm going to be showing you the all-encompassing super configuration for the ultimate Copilot blocking technique using a sensitivity label. In the previous videos I've made, we've looked at the individual controls available and the considerations for implementing. But what I'll be doing in this video is combining most of these features together, and I'll explain why we're doing this. Whenever we've looked at the landscape of control for Copilot, it tends to go in a few different directions around what our customers are most concerned with, whether it's to do with surfacing or a content detection opportunity. If there's the fear of oversharing and the ability for users to include files and provide references for Copilot to inspect these documents, or it could just be that basis that you don't want Copilot to process a particular type of data, and that also includes inside of the work applications that we use like Word, Excel and PowerPoint, because Copilot can also operate there. And when we went through the individual options before, I specified some caveats that one particular control wouldn't cover a certain area. Well, in this video, we're covering all areas, so I'm going to show you how I do this. I begin with heading over to the Purview Admin Center, where inside of Information Protection, I'm going to create a sub-label inside of my highly confidential label categorization. And just to really emphasize this topic, I'm going to call this sub-label Ultimate Copilot Exclusion, just for dramatic effect. As I'm already configuring this label, there is a setting I need to apply here, which will be coming up in a second. There it is, it's access control. In my previous video, we covered limiting the control based on a department, group or user, but it does require a lot of consideration for the number of labels you have to apply to remove the extract permissions. But for this to work in my example, I'm simply going to create access control permissions for the whole organization. And I'll leave the permission set as an owner, so I'm not giving anyone any limitations when it gets applied. And if you don't already have access control to begin with, it's a real like-for-like comparison, but I will show why this is important later on. I skip everything else, as that's all I need for this label. I don't even need to worry about automatic labeling, but you already know the benefits of doing that to automate the application of labels. I do need to publish this inside of a label policy though, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is we'll open up PowerShell as an administrator, where I will apply an advanced label setting to this Ultimate Copilot Exclusion label. And this is going to block the content analysis connected experience when the label is applied to documents. A very quick command, and we're all finished here. As simple as that. And that's looking good. So the last thing I will do is I'll head over to data loss prevention back in the Purview Admin Center, where I can apply a DLP policy based on that label. You may have seen my previous videos on how to set this up, so I'll save time and I'll push on through, but you can see that the label is visible here and I can prevent Copilot from processing content. And once that's all done, I now have my impenetrable blockage that will ensure Copilot is denied, whether it's looking for content in graph, accessing files referenced, or just being used in the application. So I'm really excited about this. Let's go check this out and see it working. I start in the Microsoft Word application, where I've created a document about the origins of hot cross buns, as it's getting close to Easter. And I've called this document Stop Copilot. I go to apply the label I made before, which was, you guessed it, Ultimate Copilot Exclusion. It's right there. And as soon as this label has been applied, you will see the Copilot button has been grayed out based on that advanced label setting I applied earlier. Now, previously, I went on to say that this document would still be able to be referenced in Copilot chat. So let's go and try it out this time. I'm back in Copilot chat, and I go to reference this document, which was called Stop Copilot. And you can see that Copilot cannot access this document because the DLP policy has taken over from the content analysis service. Now, what happens when I try to open this in the web app? because we did see this working previously as per the DLP policy. And this is where my organizational wide access control comes in nicely on the label, whereby because this document has got information rights management applied and is therefore encrypted, this document cannot be opened in the web application, meaning I have to navigate to the desktop app where, you guessed it, Copilot has been grayed out as shown before. So this is a nice configuration which addresses the use of Copilot in the web app, so by design, we can avoid this from happening. I also try out a basic prompt with no referencing. I ask Copilot to give me information on hot cross buns, to which the only document that's referenced this internally, it's been shut down, so it doesn't even appear in the indexing. So Copilot has to tell me it can't find anything, or if it did, then the content should be safe to use. And just to show this working in agents as well, I've provided this file to my agent. You can see it's blocked. And if I head over to a non-Microsoft 365 Copilot user that just has the basic Copilot chat functionality, they are still allowed to upload up to 3 documents a day. So I'm uploading that file, where I can also see that Copilot still cannot access any of the content here. So to summarize, DLP is blocking labeled content inside of the Copilot chat experience and also limiting the indexing that occurs. The org-wide access control permission blocks the web app attempt at opening documents, forcing you to open in the desktop app, where the advanced label setting blocks Copilot from processing any content when the app is in use. I speak to a lot of customers who are happy when it comes to general information and knowledge, so they're happy for Copilot to assist. But when it comes to highly sensitive content or key information that requires more due diligence and considerations with the use of AI, you can look to contain just that data that matters. Users can still work manually on these documents like they have done for years. We're not taking that away from them. What we're doing is we're not including AI in the equation here. If you'd like to learn more about these controls, feel free to reach out to your Microsoft representative or compliance specialist or Copilot specialist or even your Microsoft partner of choice to see how this could benefit your organization. Hopefully this is a good eye-opener in the meantime, and this will help in accelerating your Copilot adoption and rollout. For now though, thanks so much for watching and take care.